We could have just continued our conversation.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. No. Stanley. Yeah. What was it? Yeah.
Stanley Kubrick.
Yeah. The movie was meant to be like 2 hours long, and Warner Brothers. Yeah, it got cut to 1 hour and 20, and he died 20 days before it was meant to be released or some
Shite
shit.
one.
Yeah. And the whole movie
never
is
seen
about
that
like
movie.
higher ups and cults and like the Illuminati and stuff like that.
It was like Nicole Kidman. Just like.
Being freaky. Well, that's in the movie. That's in the movie. But it's like Tom Cruise plays like a surgeon or a doctor, but like a rich people's doctor.
Yeah. A surgeon or a doctor.
What?
I don't know. What
Oh,
did
have
just
you not
say?
seen the movie? It's a great
I
movie,
haven't.
man.
I rewatched Donnie Darko last night.
Oh,
I want to get a tattoo.
I still have the DVD. I have the DVD
I
of it.
found director's cut DVD of Eternal Sunshine of the
Like playing at the same time.
Huh?
Cool.
Okay.
Oh yeah, but I thought you said tap. I thought you said tap.
Like, why do they have them? But
So tell us about your experience at Flat.
they
Class.
some
Sounds
of the,
like
like I
fun.
don't know.
You know, we do
exactly
charcuterie
that they had
boards
two
in the
drummers,
thing, and
but I know
they
had, like,
look so
one of them had,
good.
like,
And what? Oh,
like, you know, like
the
your
wine is so
pads
good.
thingies that you had. Yeah, on the side as well as stuff that was playing and stuff. But
they're so.
I don't know. Even still,
Those
there was times where they were
charcuterie
both
boards
playing
are
the kit at the same time,
life-changing.
and I wasn't properly.
We don't do
fucking over
matcha
it,
though,
but,
because
like,
there's another stall in the
it's
place
still
that does
interesting,
matcha
it's cool.
and acai bowls.
So we don't do the acai bowls?
No, we don't.
Yeah, good. Because I never want to make another acai bowl in my whole life.
They just taste like smoothies.
No, but making them is genuinely.
I got one in Pret and looked at the nutritional thing on the back. 1,200 calories in
Yeah.
a tiny little pot.
Yeah, they're not healthy. Well, slapping a few strawberries on it, like, it's not. So, yeah.
Bones, I'm about to leave.
Of the acai, yeah, Sam, that's what we did.
Hi, I'm Joe from Myrtle, and we're here at Fuck My Life. Hello, I'm Joe from Myrtle. We're here in Windmill Lane Studios today. Who do we have here?
Hi, we're Siren.
Hey.
Hi.
Hey.
Great.
All right, and why are we here? What are we promoting?
We have a gig in Whelan's on
You sound so
Wednesday.
excited about that.
I promise I am. We have a gig in Whelan's on Wednesday, the 11th of June.
Who's organising it?
Desert Door.
Class.
And it's going to be so good. We have a propos. Is it a propos or a propo? A propos. Sorry, I just want to. I want the pronunciation. Apropos.
Apropos. We'll do that again.
Yeah, can we do that again?
What did I even ask?
Apropos and runner.
Okay. And I believe you guys have a gig coming up, is that right?
Yes, we have a gig in Whelan's this coming Wednesday, the 11th of June. We're going to be supported by Apropos and Runner. It's going to be so awesome, and you get 2 free beers with your ticket.
No way.
Yeah, crazy.
No way.
Crazy.
Okay, well, I have some very important questions for you guys today.
Okay.
Viewer submitted, not really. Why did I say that? That's so embarrassing. Okay.
Whimsy.
Grand, yeah. I don't know if we should do these questions in order, because it's a. Okay. Oh, that's true, actually. Okay, so what's one thing that pisses you off about the music scene right now? Straight into it.
Haven't even started.
You're not on the mic.
Yeah, sorry. Well, no, I think it's S58. It's still gonna pick shit up, like if it's not directly on YouTube. Oh fuck it. But either way, we just do it again. Like, or else just have Jamie hold it in the middle and just kind of have it like chill in between us.
Yeah, I think that's better.
Like, just like thing that's bad.
We need to
Like
say your
just be like,
names.
this
Hi, my name's Joe. I'm from. My God. Hi, I'm Joe from Myrtle, and we are at Windmill Lane Recording Studios today with.
Siren.
Oh my God.
Do you have names?
Yeah, I'm Jamie,
What do you do?
Ben.
and this is Ava.
I'm Chloe.
Ava, give me the mic. Ava is unfortunately unable to be here because she lives in the back arse of Ireland, and it takes like 5 hours to get here. So she's
Shite
going to
one.
attend today.
And she's also a bit sick as well, so we didn't want to disturb her. You know, gotta give the.
And
you
she's
have-
a bass player.
and she's a bass player, so there's no real reason for her to be
Yeah,
here.
exactly. Who needs that?
Right.
So I believe you guys have a gig coming up soon. Is that right?
Yeah. So we're playing in Whelan's on this Wednesday, the 11th of June, supported by Apropos and Runner. And you get free beers with your ticket.
Oh my god, that sounds like a great
2
gig.
free beers.
That sounds like a great gig. Who's organising that?
Desert Door.
That's crazy. I never would have thought.
So
What?
fun. It's going to be so cool. And everyone should go because it's going to be so fun.
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna
I'll be
so
there handing
fun.
out drink tickets. So
Yeah.
Great. What's the question? There's like emergency intercom. Have you
What?
seen that?
What?
The podcast emergency intercom.
No?
Get on that. You would love it.
Okay.
Okay.
40 in a fucking car.
You just said emergency and I got so scared.
Emergency.
Sorry.
Okay.
Be like,
I have a few questions for you guys today. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Class.
yeah.
What's one thing that pisses you off about the music scene right now? No reaction, class.
Do you want to take this one?
One thing that pisses me off in the music scene is this kind of like fake beef. I think this like unprecedented like beef that some local bands have with each other, that like just because he's come from like the same town and yous are doing the same genre, yous are automatically in competition with each other.
Trying to be Oasis and Blur. Like,
Yeah, that's it. Like, we're not trying to be Oasis and Blur. We're trying to be friends. Do you know what I mean? Like, I think that's the only way people get anywhere in the music business is when they work together, and then when you work against each other, it's not a win for anybody. So that's what
Who
my
wrongs don't make a right.
this is it.
That's what they say.
Yeah, I agree with that. I think it's really wrong for people to be against each other, especially in the music scene where it's so hard to get anywhere without collaboration, without being nice to people. There's no point in being against each other.
Give me the mic.
Okay.
As well as that, it's very annoying that like in order to like promote stuff and kind of get yourself out there in ways, it's like you've got to follow this formula of like you got to post 3 TikToks across the week and you've got to post them at this time with these hashtags, and then maybe your video won't get like flagged by TikTok, and then maybe if you're lucky it's gonna get 1,000 views, and it's like when you think about it, 1,000 views, like that's 1,000 people, but how many of those like watch the video for like half a second? And
If
then
I
scroll
had
by?
1,000 people in my house, I would be like, please leave.
Yeah,
That's
but then
too
it's
much.
when it's 1,000 random people who don't even know who you are. It's like that's weird.
Yeah.
But as well as that, like you wouldn't have seen like I don't know Liam Gallagher on his phone posting a TikTok with like
did I just make the song of the song?
lads, did I just make the fucking song of the like no that wouldn't, or like Paul McCartney, you know, John Lennon. I don't think that happened.
Imagine John Lennon making like a TikTok dance to like Strawberry Fields.
Yeah.
Oh, that would be great.
I feel like it's
I
a
wanna
bit.
see that.
It's so much of the not even in Ireland in general. Like just the general music scene is so
It's just the
focused
times.
around having short form content and not even being able to fully promote your music. It's more so just doing something funny and
creating viral moments
Yeah,
rather
and
than
it's like,
good songs.
why can't my viral moment be the song instead of my song being in the background of a video and then people being like, oh, I actually like this song. You know what I mean? It's like, why can't I just be myself and make a song and then people will find it the way they would have before? Like, you know, I don't know.
Just to pick up on Ben's point, I definitely think it is a load of stuff of like, oh, I'm funny, like to be funny, and then the music is like the secondary, because like there's like a DJ, what's her name, DJ Mandy. She's such a good DJ. She's so good, but she blew up because she would make like purposely like terrible transitions. Like she would go, she would go from like house every weekend to like exit music by Radiohead, like something like that. But no, I think it's just the times we're in today. It is just terrible. But I don't really know if that's something we can control. Like, but yeah, pisses us off.
There you go.
Pisses us off.
Okay, next question.
Jeez, this is gonna be an hour.
Well, see, this is
Is this gonna be a podcast?
Okay, next question. What's the weirdest thing you guys have yelled on stage or shouted? I don't know why I said yelled.
I don't know. I'm pushed to the back, so I can't really say much. But
well, we've played one gig, so probably like, hello, we're PSYRIN. Or
That's
like I was
pretty
playing
weird,
like Happier Than Ever, and I like just played the wrong chord. It wasn't even a chord. I don't think it could even be musically like noted as a thing. It was terrible, and I was just like, I just said I was like, what the fuck am I doing? Because I was like, what am I doing? Do you know what I mean? But it was like that's probably the most because we've played one gig.
Yeah.
Yeah. Chloe.
I think that I feel like I'm alright with things that I say on stage most of the time.
Can we broaden this question
Yeah.
to like what's the weirdest thing that's happened to you while performing? Because like I don't know.
Yeah.
You played one gig.
Yeah. But while playing, not just like yeah. Dude.
What's the weirdest thing to you? What's the weirdest thing that's ever happened in your life?
Oh, we don't need to go
I don't
there.
know. Okay, let's go. What's the weirdest thing that's happened while you're performing? That okay.
Weirdest
Thing you have on
thing.
stage when you're performing, yeah.
I haven't really had any like
Okay, let's skip it.
weird. Have you?
Yeah, come back to it.
Can I be so honest? I hate this next question, but sure, we'll ask it anyway. What would you guys name this show if it wasn't Fuck It, Why Not? Or Fuck It?
Oh.
The band. And more.
I don't know.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't know.
Oh no, it's me.
I literally don't know.
Come back around to that question.
Yeah.
Do you guys have a band group chat?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, next
Is that
question.
it? This is just, do we have a band group chat? Like,
Next question. Okay. That was not the next question. Anyway.
Just ask anyway.
Okay, what's the last text in your band's group chat? Have a look.
I'm pretty sure it's us.
It's like
yeah.
here, X.
I'm on the band again.
What are you doing? You bleeding move it.
The last one is
Yeah,
Mr. English, me where you are.
yeah, it was us finding out where Ben was.
That's
Where was he?
He said.
I don't know. I didn't reply.
Yeah, class.
That's why it's the last message because I didn't
Okay.
reply.
Yeah, I was worried, man. I thought the fella got like attacked or something.
I did get offered cigarettes by some random person. He like cycled up next to me and was like, "Do you want cigarettes?" I didn't even answer. I just went.
That was me,
He
sorry.
was looked like he was trying to sell them. It was really confusing. But anyway, this is Grand Canal Dock. Next question.
Everyone needs a side hustle.
Yeah, some narcotics.
Can you hold the mic closer to your mouth because it's freaking me out?
Next question.
Okay. What's the next? Fuck my life.
Chill out, man.
What song are you guys scared to play as a band and why?
Good question.
If any.
I think. Yeah, I think the most difficult song to play is probably like Embers. No. Anatomy.
Anatomy has real weird, like,
It is such a weird time signature that we're still yet to figure out what it is.
14-3.
Yeah, do you know what I mean?
Halftime.
Because the way that song was written was that Chloe wrote it on guitar and her singing like how long ago?
Like a year ago now or something.
Yeah, way before the band was even a thought. And so then when we were putting like actual like music behind it, I was there and I was like, dude, what way did you write this song, man? Because this is in a weird time signature, and I don't know, maybe it's just like that just shows how good I am, or sorry, how bad I am as a drummer, like that I can't really figure out what time signature I'm playing at.
It
But
means we're just a math rock band, and we're,
yeah,
we're emo grunge.
emo grunge mixed with a bit of Rush.
Yeah.
Thanks a lot, Chloe.
I I tend to write songs just not knowing what the time signature is, and then they all get fucked over. But like,
Well, another song as well that we do. We have Hill House, which the end of that has like a build-up thing, and then the like actual finish of it is like everyone's kind of doing their own thing. Like Chloe's is like vocalizing, throwing some ad libs in there. You know what I mean? Jamie doing mad things on the drum kit. Ava playing root notes. And I'm doing like a slide guitar thing. And it's important that we're all kind of locked in and we know when we're gonna kind of end. You know what I mean? That way everyone can do what they want to do before. Because sometimes when we're playing, even in practice, we end up dragging that out like for an extra like 30 seconds. and it's
Is this the one with the IVG slide?
yeah, this is the one with the vape slide.
You can find this on your TikTok,
Yeah.
right? Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Fortnite. Next question.
So for you guys, what would making it be?
Just having enough. Like, if I was making enough, well, to be fair, in this day and age, it is a lot of money to be making to live off yourself. But if I was making enough money that I could afford a gaff and like to live with music, not like don't have to be selling at Madison Square Garden, but that is making it. That's cheating the system. You're doing something you love for a living, and that's how I'd classify making it. I'd like by as making it. Yeah, that's really. Yeah, I couldn't be arsed with the big shows.
Yeah, same as me.
I couldn't be arsed with the big shows.
I agree with that, and I also think that what I've always thought about like making it is also like that's the thing, you don't need to be selling out Madison Square Garden or anything like. But I think making it for me would also have like a crowd singing lyrics back to me that I've written. I think that's really, really special, or like singing the songs that we've written, and like, but also just being able to live off that as your job is what making it is for any artist now, I think.
I think too many people get into like music. They see getting into music as like how people used to see as getting into Wall Street and stuff like that. Like it's an investment that long term can really pay back to you. And I feel like it's kind of easy to spot that out in people when they write repetitive music and they're not changing and they're not expanding and they're not experimenting. Because when like I started listening to like reggae and like music and stuff like that from my dad, and the more and more I loved music, the more I got into music and the more I listened to music. And then same with playing, like I started playing rock and roll and blues, and now I want to make some mad fucking experimental stuff. I
remember when I would start kind of doing music stuff myself as well, I was always like, it would be class if I was to like literally while I was like, it'd be class to just play like my own show at like the academy, do you know what I mean? Like that was like me. I was like that I'd be happy with that. Or like to get say like 1 million monthly listeners, but I feel like that's like a kind of thing that I'd be like, that would be cool, do you know what I mean? Like I've never, same as like what Jamie was saying, like I've never really been like, yeah, I want to play like, you know, these stadiums and stuff, because it's never like appealed to me. But I've also been aware that like with genres and stuff, there's some genres that you're never going to sell. You're never going to sell out a stadium. You're never going to play a stadium because it's just not a big enough genre commercially and globally to actually do that. So you kind of have to be conscious of what it is you're doing, and you have to, because making it can be different for different genres. Like if you're just a classic rock band, making it for them or whoever is probably like playing in stadiums and massive festivals. Whereas if you're going to be like a smaller genre of a band, you know, making it for you could just be playing, I don't know, like the Olympia, you know what I mean? Like that would be like little like that. I'd do that, and I'd be like, sound, yeah, that's it, we're done. Do you know, like I've had my time, and I can go in peace.
Go and love, go and joy, and all that. Like, yeah. That being said, I do think there has to be a certain level of delusion as a musician
and cockiness.
Yeah. You have to kind of get it into your head that no, we're good enough to do this. We're good enough to do this. I'm sure all of us wouldn't mind selling out arenas.
Oh, yeah,
do you know what I mean? That's the thing. But it's also, you have to be realistic in a sense, especially with the music that you're making and stuff. I think there's little goals that you can have in regards to making it, to come back to the question. That's all, yeah.
Move on and we can come back.
Lovely.
So if Madison Square Garden wants us, we're here.
Next question.
Yeah.
So if somebody made a documentary about your band, what would it be called, do you think?
Inside the Void.
I was going to say Inside the Void.
Yeah.
Because it's like,
the cool title would be Inside the Void, I think.
I feel like
Is that
that's
a song
the title
of
of
yours
one of
or-
our songs.
Okay, cool.
Inside the Void.
Because it's like, yeah. No, but I feel like that's a good title because a documentary is like a look into someone's life or whatever they're doing, and we're just all a bit mad. I think so.
I think would be called a load of shite talk, to be honest.
Siren talking a lot of shite, that's what it's called.
Okay.
Next question.
Lovely. Okay. Are there any lyrics of yours that make you cringe that you still perform?
I've cut them all out.
Yeah. What was that for? Anatomy?
Yeah,
What were they? What were the old ones?
It was only really Anatomy though, wasn't it?
It was only Anatomy. The rest of my songs are perfect and amazing. Our songs, sorry. No, can you cut that? Cut that. The rest of our songs are perfect and amazing. What were the lyrics of Anatomy? It was I don't even want to say it. It was that's why I cut it out. It was you woke me up this morning. Think you rearranged my organs.
Oh wow.
I didn't hear that.
Yeah, he's did. Yeah, it's gone now. It's gone now.
Crazy, man.
Yeah, no, it was awful. So
Wow.
yeah, it's gone. It's gone now.
I think that's telling enough in itself.
I agree. Yeah.
Ever had a complete set meltdown? What happened? I don't know what that means. Go for it.
I have a great story. And this isn't with Siren. This is just like
This is
a
a
personal.
Siren interview.
Yeah, I know. But we've only had one gig, so like we can't really like, you know what I mean?
This is true.
But there was one time I was playing a gig, and I got really, really, really drunk, and I was having a great time, and I was like, I'm gonna be grand for this gig. Like this gig isn't for another while. And I just remember one of the boys turning around to me and just being like, "We're on in 30 minutes," and my whole life flashed before my eyes. I dropped like 6 drumsticks that night, and had to run off stage to go to the bathroom mid-set. It was bad. It was so bad. That's why I like barely drink before a gig anymore, because I can't face that embarrassment
Happens to
anymore.
the best of us. What's the worst gig you've ever played?
Played one gig.
Okay, I didn't write the questions, Ben.
So Whelan's on April 16th, 17th, and the best one we've played was Whelan's on April 17th.
Can I ask the question again?
What?
Can I ask the question
Yeah.
again?
Well, there's any point in asking questions. We played one game, man.
Okay, sorry.
When I was playing solo before the band was formed, I had a gig where my whole guitar cut out for half the gig, and it just wasn't working, and someone had to run up on stage. They told me to tune my guitar on stage.
This has happened to me so many times.
It's actually heartbreaking. And then I was wearing like a little dress, and the whole straps fell off, and I couldn't fix them because I was playing the guitar. Yeah. Yeah.
I didn't notice any of that song.
Yeah, no, I was really upset.
The first 5 gigs I did with my, or 5-6 gigs I did with my band, every single time we were using 2 different guitars, and I only ever brought 1 guitar strap. So I had to just clutch onto the guitar.
Like,
Yeah.
yeah, okay.
Anyway. Okay, sorry, you can cut that out then. My God. Nothing. I know.
Oh, no.
Is that all of them? Fuck, marry, kill. I don't know why that's there. It's on my list. No, it just says fuck, marry, kill.
We are gonna cut that out. fuck Jamie, and I don't need options.
Celibate marriage.
What do you guys think about the support acts for this gig?
Well, I'm excited to see Runner. I haven't seen Runner yet. They're meant to be really good. So I'm excited to see them. Apropos, they were my selection for the opener. I was the one to put them forward. They're from Dundalk, where I'm from, up Dundalk. And they're unbelievable.
What kind of genre are they?
Do you know what? I find it hard to pick it, because they had, like, they were doing like a load of like kind of Fleetwood Mac stuff, kind of like that kind of bluesy, and then like traditional rock, but I think now they're more stepping into a bit more of an indie sound and stuff like that. So looking forward to. I haven't seen them play in a while now, so I'm looking forward to see them play at this.
Well, I seen Runner in one of the culture nights in the Sound House. It was in like April, I think it was. Or, I don't know, it's not really important, is it? But yeah, I was just down on like in the main venue downstairs thing, and then I seen Andrew, the bass player, and I was like, he's in my college. Like he was on the same course as me. I didn't even know he was in a band, and I was like, what's that, Donny? And yeah, I seen him afterwards. I was like, bro, I didn't know you were in his band. That's crazy. Like, yeah, they're very good. Again, in terms of like genre wise, I'd be like, you know, because they've got that sort of like hard rock element, I guess, to them, with like some like deeper, heavier, like more bassier kind of sounds. But yeah, no, they're very good. When I seen them, I was like, I was encapsulated, to say the least. But yeah, it would be good to see both bands playing, because it's always fun to have random people, I guess. So everyone's a random person, I guess, in their lives. But yeah, it would be fun. What is support?
What is a band?
Yes.
Are there any other bands in the scene now that you find exciting?
Yeah. So not Myrtle.
Class, thank you.
I personally. Oh yeah. I'm a sucker for and he the.
Cut that out.
Dumb. And he the fool. And he, comma, the fool. I seen them in one of the Whelan's festival thingy-mabobber thingies at the start of the year, and I was like, damn, they got like they got like strings, they've got like brass, like saxophone or some sorts of woodwind, and then they've got like multiple kind of singers, like they have a female lead and then sometimes a male lead, depends on the song kind of thing. But they've released a song, not like incredibly new, but like recently enough, called Cliché, and it's like mainly Osgailga, and I've been listening to that and I'm like, damn, this is so good, like this is so good. And even like the lyricism as well of it, it's not just like they're saying like, I love Fortnite in Irish. They're like, it's like real good, like, you know, like yeah, real good, like, but like the word, what the lyrics they're doing in Irish are still very like good. You know what I mean? It's not just using Irish as like a crutch for making it sound good. But yeah, they were playing in Workman's there like last week. They were supporting, I can't remember who it was now, but I was like, I would have went, but I was working and I couldn't. But yeah, I would have went just to see them playing, because like, I don't know, I like them very much. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I think there's a few bands, definitely. There's too many bands in Ireland that are so goated. An honourable mention, Talabox. Unreal. Not just because I'm mates with the lads, like they are unbelievable. Whenever I'm talking to somebody about them, Glow is the one song I always recommend, because that bass line is unbelievable. It's genius. It's class. Theatre are a band that I've heard so much about, but I've never seen them play live, and I've been meaning to see them like about 3 times now, and every single time something's come up. But they're meant to be unbelievable. The videos I've seen of them, they're class. Yeah, real heavy, kind of like, I don't want to say like My Bloody Valentine, but like, yeah, like kind of My Bloody Valentine with like Slow Dive, and then like Just Mustard, which are another fucking goated Irish band. Like, so yeah, that's my answer.
I'm gonna go with Supersonic Sylvia, who we played with at Whelan's, because their music is so phenomenal. Like, I can't wait until they release all of their music so I can listen to it all the time, because it's literally makes me feel like a fairy floating through a forest.
It's also very, very original.
It's so cool.
Like they describe it as like trad gaze, because they've got like real Irish roots and stuff like
Yeah,
that.
it's like, it's kind of like a trad, not rock, but it's like it's so cool.
They have real use of your effects, like your chorus and your reverbs and delays, but then you've also got a fiddle playing, and then the singing is very Irish trad.
Yeah.
Kind of, not like nasal quality like you would hear in like Shannon, but still like just very similar to like that of like the Cranberries and like
Yeah, like it's
Shit,
eerie,
yeah.
like you're locked in when you watch them. Like,
droney, high, and then you've got the harmonies as well.
yeah,
and
it's
stuff.
they're
all very
amazing.
Just
Okay, well, can I ask a flip question? Any local bands you don't like?
No,
No.
we're not doing
No.
that. We're not doing that. We're not doing that. We're not gonna do that. We're not gonna do that. We're not gonna do that. Yeah.
Fontaine's, these.
That was a joke.
Yeah,
That was a joke.
words can't describe. Words can't.
We love
describe.
them so much. I've seen them 4 times.
Such a good band. Best band right now.
Yeah.
By far.
Yeah.
Irish bias or not, they are the greatest band touring
Yeah,
right now.
Right now.
Is there any part of performing that you don't like or that you dread?
No. Not
Great.
a single bit of it, man. I love every. Actually, okay, wait, hold on. Not performing, but see, being a drummer and have to break apart your kit at the end of a gig is the most harrowing thing ever. And then whenever the gig ends and you're breaking down your kit, it's crazy because all your band turns into Harry Houdini and just disappear, and like they're nowhere to be seen for the rest of the gig, and you're just there like twisted, like packing down your like cymbal stands, being like, right, how am I gonna carry like a 12-piece kit down this stairs? Like, it's great. Like, that's probably the worst bit. But performing, I love every single aspect of it.
If your band was a food, what would it be? What? Sorry?
Can we also answer?
No?
Please.
Go ahead. I don't make the rules.
I would agree that there's no part of performing that I don't like, but prior to performing, I get really, like, I get super nervous, especially because I'm at the front, like, do you know what I mean? I have to do the talking, I have to speak to the audience and all that stuff, so I get very down on myself with that, but then when I'm on stage, it's completely fine, like.
Be helpful if I had the microphone. Fucking gobbling up forever.
No. I don't know. One of the things I need to like do more of is like looking straight, because I look at like my guitar or like the floor loads, but not because I'm like, oh my god, I'm so scared I'm gonna play the wrong thing, I gotta be so focused on it. But it's like, I don't want to be like staring at some Donny in the crowd either, you know what I mean? So it's sometimes it's fine if there's like people I know in the crowd, and I'll start staring at them real like intimidatingly. That way it's like, yeah, I'm watching you. But I guess like more just like, I guess just facing outwards more, because then it's like, you know, you feel more open and welcome, do you know what I mean? But yeah, it's not that deep, but yeah. Sound.
I have a bit of a weird question next. If your band was a food, what would it be?
Pizza.
I don't know, man.
No.
A rotten apple.
Okay.
I think that suits the vibe. I like that. I don't know why, but like I got like the Cinderella. Yeah, like the Snow White. I said Cinderella. What the fuck's wrong with me? But yeah, that's what I would use to describe it. I think it suits the vibe. Yeah.
I fuck with that tweet. Hell yeah.
Why do you keep doing this to yourself?
Can you be more specific?
This is the question I have.
Life.
I don't know. Next question.
I have a good one. Fucking influences.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
Did we not ask that?
No.
Okay. That's like the question. Okay, anyway. Any influences? That's what, like what?
Yeah.
Just to be like, what are some of like your influences?
Okay, let's go.
music-wise or whatever?
What are some of your influences that inspire your music?
I think Paramore's an obvious one. Hayley Williams, go. Like, just go. Yeah, that's who I'd say.
Yeah, musically I would say Paramore as well, with a little bit of like kind of Evanescence vibe, with like it's I think it's slightly more eerie than like a Paramore, but there's definitely the influences there. Wolf Alice inspires the music a lot as well, I think, lyrically and musically. Ethel Cain, yeah, that's who I'd go with.
What would your dream gig look like?
Good question. I guess kind of like Chloe was saying earlier, just having people singing songs back to you, you know, and having people sort of being there by like this by choice, not that they're being like forced with like a gun to their head, but like they see, oh, I don't know Chloe, I don't know Ben, I don't know Ava, I don't know Jamie, but I'm gonna go to this band gig because I like the band. You know what I mean? In that sense, of like having people come just because they like your music, I feel like is like a cool thing, and not having people there because like they feel obligated to come because like they're friends or whatever, but because they actually like your music that you make, you know. And it's because I think any band like wants for that, like to have their songs sang back to them, or have people come up to them afterwards and be like, "These are really good," and you're like, "I don't know what the fuck you are, but like that's really good," you know, stuff like that. And just having people like appreciate what it is you're doing. Yeah.
Do you guys have any goals for the rest of the year?
I think by the end of the year I would like to have like a single or an EP recorded, definitely. And then obviously a load of more gigs. We've obviously this gig up in Whelan's, then 2 days after we're in like Dundalk, and then a month after that we're up in Cork. So if we can keep that same momentum of doing our bits around the country, whether we're playing to 2 people or 200, like just to be playing in new venues is very exciting.
Getting to like know just different people that you can kind of meet in the areas, like, because it's just that it just stands to you, and like having that under your belt, you know, like played this gig in this county and played here and there, and you know, like it's a good, it's like it looks good, and it makes people be like, these guys are like serious about something. They're not just playing the same venue 4 times across 6 months, because people are going to see that and they're like, well, they're just settling, they're not being ambitious, they're not striving to like do new stuff. But in terms of like, again, like for the rest of the year, I guess like Jamie was saying, have stuff recorded, but also have stuff like released, you know, like have stuff that's out, but then also have stuff like that we have more that we have ready to sort of get out whenever we feel is necessary, I guess. But I guess just keep playing gigs and keep making music is really it. But I mean, that's like a band's job at the end of the day, really. So yeah,
That's what we do, I guess.
Yeah.
Just continuing to gig around, and obviously we're in Dundalk and Cork as well, and hopefully we can hit more places by the end of the year. Really focusing on writing, recording, releasing. I think that's what we all kind of want to do. That's pretty much it. Maybe like lob a few festivals in there. Maybe.
And where can people find you on social media?
So on Instagram we are at PSYRIN Band, so it's PSYRIN Band. Same on TikTok. That's it.
What are your guys' goals for the rest of the year?
Well, we have the Whelan's gig on the 11th, and then we have 2 days after that we're playing in Tolls in Dundalgan, with Apropos as well are also supporting for that one, as well as Rowan Murphy. That I had to make sure, is also, and she's amazing. She's just releasing your song as well, didn't she? Yes, there you go. And we are in the works about organising a gig in Cork for July, so that's obviously something to keep in mind. But as well as that, we plan to record songs because I said so. We have recorded one of our songs like roughly, but we've not gotten around to actually like getting into the nitty gritty of it, because unfortunately we are employed other than Chloe. So, you know, we have stuff to do with our lives. But yeah, and then as well as that, just having stuff out and released by the end of the year would be a very good kind of thing to have for us, and just kind of continuing gigs around Dublin or Ireland, or just as many places as we can cover, really, just because why not? It's always good to get yourself well versed with different places and different people and different venues, and yeah.
Where can the people find you on social media?
That's a great question. PSYRIN Band on Instagram.
How do you spell that?
PSYRIN.
Band.
BAND. On Instagram and TikTok. And there's nowhere else. We don't have like a Vinted account or anything, so don't worry about that.
I can put like my Revolut or something in here.
Yeah, if anyone wants to send us money, Jamie. And as well as that, then we're going to be making a Twitter account soon so that we can spread propaganda and false information and get paid to do it. So yeah, because we got to earn. Chloe's got to earn money somehow. So
Can't wait to see it.
yeah, man. You know, baby.
If someone made a documentary about your band, what would it be called?
I think the proper name would probably be like Inside the Void, which is one of our originals. Because you know that's usually what it is. But I don't know. Like the title I'd give it is something a lot more vulgar than Inside the Void, to be honest, and a lot more real. But that's for the B take. That's for the documentary itself.
Am I being part of this
Oh, no,
question?
no, you're the next
you
question.
sells on the microphone. Okay, sound.